Look around you. Whether you are sitting in a chair, wearing a pair of sneakers, or holding a smartphone, 90% of the manufactured items in your immediate physical environment spent time in a standardized metal box. The sheer volume of material moving through this network is staggering. Every year, the total value of goods transported equates to roughly $937 for every single person on Earth. We take this seamless flow of physical goods for granted, but prior to 1956, international trade was an incredibly slow, expensive, and chaotic process. Geographic distance posed an enormous economic barrier. Moving products across oceans often cost more than manufacturing them in the first place. Goods were moved using a method known as break bulk shipping. Dock workers loaded and unloaded cargo manually, piece by piece, hauling irregularly shaped sacks, heavy barrels, and wooden crates onto ship decks. This generated massive friction. The process was painfully slow, highly vulnerable to weather damage, and individual items were routinely stolen. Every single time a product moved from a factory floor to a truck, and then from a truck to a ship, human hands had to intervene. Manual labor at the docks acted as a physical barrier to global trade, capping volume even as ships and trucks grew larger. Malcolm McLean, a trucking entrepreneur operating in the 1950s, recognized where the real inefficiency lived. In his analysis of the trucking business, McLean identified the transfer between different modes of transport as the primary source of economic friction. In 1956, McLean loaded up a modified oil tanker called the Ideal X. It sailed from Newark to Houston carrying 58 identical metal containers, successfully proving that standard-sized cargo units could bypass dockside sorting entirely. McLean developed a system of physical interoperability, allowing a single cargo unit to move through every stage of the journey without being opened. Standardization meant adopting fixed dimensions, eventually settling on lengths of 20 and 40 feet. Their true utility was uniformity. A crane could lift a sealed container directly off a ship and lock it onto a truck or rail car. No dock worker ever touched the cargo inside. The results were immediate. Turnaround times for loading ships plummeted from weeks to mere hours, shipping costs crashed, and the steel walls protected the goods from theft and the elements. Establishing a single, rigid physical standard created a network capable of moving cargo with unprecedented speed and scale. The adoption of McLean's box forced a complete redesign of the world's logistical architecture. Every truck, train, and cargo hold had to be measured against this new dimension. Major port cities like Shanghai, Rotterdam, and Los Angeles overhauled their entire layouts, building massive terminals solely to accommodate high-density container traffic. Human hand loading was eliminated in favor of towering, specialized megacranes and automated systems built precisely to grip and stack these identical metal boxes. To achieve automation and mass scale, the physical infrastructure of the planet had to conform to the exact size and shape of a single container. The extreme speed and predictability of this network gave rise to macroeconomic strategies, notably just-in-time manufacturing. Instead of stockpiling raw materials in massive, expensive warehouses, companies now rely on container ships to deliver precise components exactly when they are needed on the assembly line. This predictable transport system allowed nations to focus their economies on specific manufacturing sectors, providing a critical infrastructure for China's industrialization and the deep supply chains used by companies like Amazon. This is a chart tracking the growth of global container trade. Following the international adoption of the container in the late 60s, the volume of goods moving across oceans surged into a dramatic, exponential upward curve. Today, this system carries significant modern consequences. We now face port bottlenecks caused by megaships, high levels of marine pollution, carbon emissions, and widening inequalities between regions that can afford container infrastructure and those that cannot. Standardizing the dimensions of cargo units created a unified physical network that manages the movement of trillions of parts and products across every continent.